This is ridiculous. Hello again YouTube, and welcome back to Just Get a Tesla. And on this week's video I've got a complaint. My cameras aren't working and Tesla still haven't fixed them. Now before anybody says, come on, it's just a car, does it actually need cameras? Let's talk about some absolute basics here. It's 2023, I'm driving a car which is basically a mobile tech platform with some wheels on it, and it's kind of a bit big, it's wide, it's long. Having cameras is such a good idea that Tesla decided to fit them absolutely everywhere. And since recent software updates, mine have stopped working completely. So if you don't know, Teslas are fitted with a whole suite of cameras all around them. There are actually 3 in the central pod up there on the windscreen, a narrow angle, a standard one, and a wide angle. And then you have got a rearward facing camera on the front wing on both sides. You have got a forward facing camera in the B pillar on both sides. You have got another rear facing camera there underneath the back of the boot. And what you haven't got, because Tesla haven't actually fitted them yet, is any kind of low down camera here which allows you to be able to see close-in objects. Now, this is less of a problem for me with my Tesla because mine was built in 2022, and what that means is I've still got ultrasonic sensors, which means that when I drive, you get these little coloured arc things and it's showing you what the sound sensors are basically finding. But if you've got a car that was built after mine, you haven't got those. Well, in my case, my car is definitely blind because none of my cameras are working. And what that means is we can't use Autopilot because, as you can see with me driving along a very busy M1 on Autopilot, the car is using all of the cameras, front, side and rear, to be able to map all of the other traffic. So you can see other vehicles on the screen. It's also using the front-facing cameras to judge its distance versus the vehicle in front and adjust its power and regen inputs accordingly. Quite simply, no cameras means no safety systems, no automation, no autopilot. It's a real problem. So what this is about is the way that Tesla push software updates out to the car, and it's actually one of the really cool features of having the car is they're always giving you new updates, new bits of software, and some of the updates have been absolutely fantastic. They even talk about it on their website, where they talk about how it's only going to get better over time, and largely that's true. But of course, this is software, and one thing you can almost guarantee is you push some new software out and there's going to be a few bugs in it. And in Tesla's case, there's no different. You will get a new release and then there'll be a bug fix that's pushed out. And that is what's happened to me twice over the last month. So I've already posted a short and a couple of comments about the fact that my cameras are not working. And what happened was that I got a software update pushed out and it managed to do everything apart from make the cameras work. So if you go into the software screen of your Tesla, it will tell you everything that it has done. So we are currently running 2023.20.9, and that has added things like tire service mileage, new feature, text size. Before that, 2023.12, there was a whole stack of different changes. These are genuinely good things, but 2023.20 has had a couple of bugs, shall we say. So the first time that I got a 2023.20 release, the cameras went, which obviously was annoying. Now, as it happened, the cameras went just before we went on holiday to Spain. So I'm recording this on the 1st of August, and we spent most of July in Spain. So I didn't do anything about the cameras. What I did was left the car at home, hoping there would be a bug fix pushed out to the car while I was away, which would fix the cameras. And hey presto, that's exactly what happened. I suddenly got a notification that the car wanted to do a software update. I said, oh great. It starts installing, and after it has finished, I go on to Sentry mode from Spain, because you can do that with Tesla, and hey presto, I can see through all the cameras again. Fantastic. But it didn't last very long, because within a couple of days of us coming back, there was yet another update of 2023.20.9, and this time it's taken the cameras away again. And what that means is that backing this car up can be a bit tricky. Now, I'm going to give you an example of that in a minute, which is getting from here, where I charged the car up out of the gate up there. Now, quite a few people on videos have said, why do you drive like that? And the reason for driving like that is fairly simple, the way that my house is laid out. So I've now gone into reverse, and several things has happened. One, there is nothing on the screen. It's completely blank. Two, the ultrasonic sensors are working, so you can see it is picking up how far I have got to the wall in front. It says 15 inches, maybe a bit less. And the other point is, it's a beautiful hot sunny summer's day, and the headlights have come on. Now, why have the headlights come on? Because they think it's pitch black. So what we're going to have to do is to turn those off manually. And then let's go, shall we? So I'm basically going to drive the car out of here slowly. It's a little bit trickier without cameras, because I can't even back up in a straight line. What I need to be able to do is to back a little bit further up here. I don't know if you can see in the mirror, and then there's a big bush around there, and I need to basically then swing the nose without hitting anything on this side until we clear there. Then we can go back into forwards and we can go up the driveway. Now that's relatively straightforward, and then it's a bit of a wiggle to be able to get out of here. And then when I come to here, I then have to do quite a tight turn, because this thing has got the same turning angle as a super tanker. And then, so it's telling me to, well, it told me to stop, and now it's showing me 21 inches. But what I then need to do is to back the thing up again. And I absolutely cannot see exactly where it is that I'm going. And that's the problem that I've got when it's showing me that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to shunty and stick it over there, which is where I go when I come up the lane, and I'll show you what it's like backing through the gates. Okay, I am ready to swing back. So go into reverse, no cameras again. I've got a reasonable view out of that mirror back to the gate and to this one as well. I'm always at a slightly odd angle, so I basically need to roll the thing back. And again, I'm looking at trying to get it basically square through the gate post, but also going at a little bit of an angle over to that side, because what I need to be able to do is to then swing the thing backwards and to the right as it goes downhill behind me. So this has taken actually quite a lot of practice since I got this car. And then also, that is the mud flaps scraping on the bottom, but that's okay, they are bendy. So we're then basically clearing there and making sure that we're not hitting anything there. And then now I'm clear of the gate, I can rotate the front end around, and then I'm lining it up on the grass basically, and just checking again back onto the other end. Now I'm doing this in daylight. Try doing this at night or when it's dark. It's an absolute pain in the bum. So it's all doable, it's just faff. And again, I've got literally nothing showing on the screen. So what are Tesla doing about it? Well, we reported, before we even flew back to the UK, that the cameras have stopped working and described the problem. You've had 2 software updates, which have killed the cameras, and then 1 in the middle that restored them again. So 2 out of the last 3 killed the cameras. There isn't another software update by the look of it. So I raised a ticket on the app, which is what you do, and they forced a software update out to the car. It did absolutely nothing, but they were very optimistic and said, has that now fixed your cameras? To which the answer is no, it hasn't. And what we're now waiting for, of course, is for one of their technicians to actually go through the file and say, okay, fine, there's something that we need to do here. And then I'm hoping that I'm going to get a mobile technician visit out to the car to do whatever it is that they need to do. And look, I know this is a bit of a first world problem. I understand that, but look, that is the rear view that I've got. Can you see? It's not a particularly big window at the back. It's not the best feature of this car, and ordinarily that wouldn't matter because I've got sensors and I've got cameras. One of the things that a lot of Tesla drivers complain about on the Model 3 and the Model Y is that there is no 360-degree top view camera thing, and I think that's something to do with licensing as I understand it. But whatever, I think the real reason we haven't got that is that we haven't got that low down camera at the front that I mentioned earlier, because you really need that. Because how can I put it, you stick a camera up here, which is kind of where the pod is, you can see the edges of the car, but you can't actually see what's directly in front of it. So unless you're Mr. Computer and you're remembering what is there and the exact positions, it's going to be quite difficult to know something that's low down in front of the car, which is why we need another low down camera. Supposedly the Model 3 Highland refresh, and there'll be a Model Y equivalent to that, is going to fit an extra camera down there. Or in my case, it could fit an extra camera down there, but unless they're going to work, it's going to be meaningless. So I've posted on several Facebook groups asking the question, is this just me? And you know what? It almost certainly is just me. I think a few people have had a few issues themselves with cameras, with software updates, nothing like this. So this one might actually just be a wee bit of freaky goodness happening with the software in the car. I don't know. They could tell me to do a factory reset or something. I could do. Be a pain in the bum to have to go and reset everything, but if that's what we need to do, I'll have a look at it. Here's why it's really annoying, and you should be annoyed on my behalf as well. Tesla's referral program is back, which means if you are going to just get a Tesla, use my referral code, please, because I then get points which I can then redeem for features. And one of the features that I can now redeem is a 3-month trial of enhanced Autopilot. Except there's no point doing it because I haven't got any cameras. So at the moment, I've got no autopilot at all. You know, this isn't just being able to see out the back. This is all of the automation and the safety systems that make this car the safest car in the world. None of them are working because all the cameras are blind. So once Tesla fix my car, I promise that I'll get EAP, and then we'll go and do some testing of that. And until then, we're just going to have to wait. So on that sad note, I think we're going to leave this video here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the bell icon, you know, all of that usual wonderful stuff. And I will see you back here very soon, hopefully with cameras, on Just Get a Tesla.